The Fuel Retailers Association is hosting a two-day conference. The conference has brought industry stakeholders to discuss issues facing fuel retailers on the back of escalating fuel prices. Economics reporter Liabo Setho is attending the conference and has more for us.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are here where the Fuel Retailers Association's annual conference is taking place in Nasrec in Johannesburg. It comes at a critical time where the industry is trying to find ways of sustaining itself as a result of high fuel prices. And at the same time, us as consumers are also trying to figure out, how are we going to work throughout these high fuel prices that we currently find ourselves in. I'm joined now by the CEO of the Fuel Retailers Association, who is going to tell us about a little bit of the conference and also what the industry is thinking and which way they are planning to head. Mr. Regis Bia joins me now. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. This conference, as I said to my colleague, that it comes at a very important time. What is the state of the industry?
Indeed, it is a very critical time for the industry. As you know, we are facing rising global prices due to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and we've just came out of the very bad period with COVID-19, where the industry lost a lot of volume. So the industry currently is really in a state of, anxiety. There's no any other better word, because we're now experiencing lost volumes. We also seeing margins being compromised. We are being asked to compete on very thin margins, which really makes the future of fuel retailing very bleak.
Yeah. Earlier this week, when I spoke to you, when we were profiling or previewing this conference, you did mention about other measures that government can take, looking at taxes that they can do away that have nothing to do with general fuel levy that can be moved. An example, the road accident fund. Take us through your thinking as an industry about how you think this can be done in a seamless way, of course.
Of course, yes. So we believe that it actually belongs under the Department of Transport, the Road Accident Fund, and we believe that it can actually be self-administered by the people themselves who own businesses. They must be self-insured, so that then the government doesn't have to carry this burden of insuring the population. In that way, and that's going to assist us in actually removing this road accident fund from the price, which will be a great relief. We know that taxes are very important, but we're very thankful for the relief of 150 from taxes. We wish that it can actually carry on to assist, because motorists are really struggling. At the same time, we as retailers would love to assist. If there was anything we can be able to share with the motorists, we would. But as we stand currently, we are already under recovering on our margins. We are actually pushing the department to actually increase our margins.
Right. Is it a prudent time to be talking about where we are getting our oil as a country right now? I know that there was also an MOU that was signed some years ago with Sudan, looking at oil producing nations that we could get our crude oil price from and refine it just to make the cost of it cheaper. Is this a conversation that is the prudent time to have it right now? What are your thoughts around that?
Well, that's an interesting thing, because, oil is being traded on a dollar basis. It really doesn't matter where it comes from. And people are using this international benchmark for spot prices. So whether I'm in Nigeria, I'm selling you my fuel, I'll be looking at what the international price is. So in a way, that won't really resolve the issue. But I think going forward with the African Union, that is a discussion that's been taken, saying how much oil do we have in Africa and how can we actually support each other. But as you know, it's a commercial market. Yeah. Every market wants to export, at reasonable returns. So it's always been an ongoing conversation, but we are really stuck into this as net importers, and it's not only us. If you look at Europe, for example, prices are skyrocketing. That's why the government there has been looking on various forms of assisting the public, giving them grants for petrol, giving them grants for food. And I think governments have to do that. And we also hope that these conflicts will not carry on.
Yeah. Mr. Rechisbia, thank you so much for your time for speaking to us here at the SABC. That is the CEO of the Fuel Retailers Association, weighing the options that are available, speaking, about the grants and the vouchers that other governments do to help relieve the pressure of motorists, and looking at the possibility of perhaps, getting the oil in another currency or denomination elsewhere. And we will be here for the rest of the day just to assess how the conference is going. But for now, it's back to you in studio.